So my name's Parker Lewis. I am the associate pastor here at ID Downtown. So I grew up in a Christian school, in a Christian home. I went to church every Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night. But I grew up hearing the gospel, hearing about Jesus every hour of every day of my life. And I'm very thankful for that. That's not at all me complaining about that, but it did set the stage for the trap of legalism in my life. And so for a long time, I didn't really understand that following Jesus meant having a relationship. I can't point to an exact day or an exact time that I went from death to life, but I do know in high school that I began a relationship with Jesus. I began to pray. I began to love God because of a true understanding of his sacrifice for me and how separated I was from God. But even then, I still didn't necessarily want to do anything with that other than maybe show up to church. And so when I got to college, I didn't run away from church, but I found a big church and sat in the back row so I didn't have to talk to anybody and felt like I was checking it off my to-do list. After a while, God kind of convicted me and my roommate started inviting me to his church and I was like, no thanks, I don't really want to. And so finally, after about 2 months of that, I decided to visit his church, which was Impact Drayton at the time. And then after service, the pastor did something that I'd never seen before. He was like, hey, I noticed you're new. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, I'd love to go get coffee with you and meet you and learn about you. And so I continued going to church. I continued to grow. And I knew that there was something more that God was calling me to. I didn't really know what. I kind of ran from it because I didn't really want to do it. And Taylor had dropped a nice few little hints, like maybe you might be called to ministry. I was like, absolutely not. And then Taylor had been talking to me about baptism, and like I shared, I wasn't where I needed to be when I had originally got baptized. And so once I submitted to the obedience of being baptized in the example of Jesus, the floodgates really opened up for me. The Spirit started speaking to me, not that the Spirit wasn't speaking to me before, but I really heard from God in a different way. And then that week we were meeting at Spill the Beans, and out of nowhere I said, I'm supposed to be your associate pastor. It just came out of my mouth. I didn't really know why I said it, but it was great. And Taylor kind of laughed. He said, I knew that's what you were supposed to be. And so since that day, really kind of unbeknownst to us, we've been planning this church plant. Me, Taylor, and his wife Destiny have been in this for a while now, and when it became a reality, that was really cool to see.